Welcome to the deep dive. Sometimes a car comes along that doesn't just push boundaries, it completely redefines them. Today we're diving into one that people are already calling legendary. It's a machine making some serious waves with its, well, absolutely scorching red debut. And it seems poised, really, to challenge the established hypercar giants. You know who I mean? Ferrari, McLaren. We're talking about the 2025 Aston Martin Valhalla. Now, we've spent a lot of time poring over a stack of detailed articles, amazing car enthusiast content, just bringing you a really comprehensive look at this engineering marvel. So our goal for this deep dive is to truly unpack what makes the Valhalla so special, why all the excitement, and maybe what it signals for the future of these ultra-performance vehicles. The big question we keep seeing, is this truly Aston's greatest creation yet? Let's find out. Okay, so let's unpack this beast. At its core, the Valhalla isn't just another fast car, right? It's a hybrid hypercar, a real statement piece from the legendary British marquee Aston Martin. It's got this really incredible blend of power sources going on.
Exactly. And when we talk about what powers this machine, it's seriously impressive. It's really a testament to modern engineering, isn't it? Underneath, you've got a combination, a potent 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, which interestingly is sourced from AMG, and that's paired up with two electric motors.
AMD sourced, okay.
Yeah, and together, this whole hybrid powertrain delivers a combined output of approximately 937 horsepower.
900. Wow, 937 horsepower. That's just a staggering number. So what does that actually translate to? Raw speed.
Well, it translates into blistering performance. I mean, really blistering. We're talking 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. That's about 0 to 62 miles per hour for listeners in the U.S. in just 2.5 seconds.
2.5. Incredible.
Right. And if you've got the space, the top speed is claimed at 350 kilometers per hour, or about 217 miles per hour. All that power is managed through an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. And it's feeding power to all four wheels, so all-wheel drive, making sure you get maximum grip.
That sounds absolutely brutal. But you mentioned earlier, and the sources stress this, it's designed for balance as much as pure speed. How does it manage that, especially with that kind of immense power?
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's where the hybrid system and, crucially, the heavy integration of Formula One technology really come into play. It uses a 150 kilowatt battery. Now, the electric-only range is quite limited, only about 15 kilometers, maybe 9 miles or so. That's mainly for, quiet city starts or maneuvering.
Okay, so not a huge EV range.
No, not at all. But what's truly astonishing isn't just that it has active aerodynamics, for instance. It's how Aston Martin has tuned everything to work together seamlessly. The aero works with the hybrid power delivery, making sure downforce is always precisely where you need it. Cornering at 150, rocketing down a straight, it adapts. This isn't just like F1 tech bolted on. It's deeply integrated for a specific kind of balance we haven't quite seen before. And it also features that carbon fiber monocoque chassis. Think of it like a single, incredibly strong but lightweight tub. That's the core of the car. It gives it immense rigidity for handling, for safety.
Right.
It's a direct carryover from F1 design principles.
Right.
Plus, it uses energy recovery systems, again, straight out of racing, capturing energy under braking to give you an extra boost during acceleration. KERS-style tech, basically.
That level of F1 integration sounds, well, pretty incredible. But a car like this, it's not just about what's under the skin, is it? The Valhalla's looks are a huge part of its story, especially this vibrant red edition we keep seeing photos of. It just looks like it was sculpted by the wind itself.
Oh, absolutely. The design ethos is pure, purposeful aggression. You look at the front, you get this incredibly aggressive nose, these massive air intakes. It just screams performance, doesn't it?
It really does.
It has Aston Martin's signature winged LED lighting, so it's got that unmistakable presence. And around the back, there's an active rear wing. It adjusts for downforce depending on speed, driving mode. And even getting in is an experience. Those unique dihedral doors, they open upwards and forwards, like a fighter jet canopy almost.
Very cool.
And it sits on these staggered wheels, 20-inch at the front, 21-inch at the rear. Alloy wheels, of course. It just completes that incredibly low athletic stance.
And what about the inside? Does the cabin match that raw, sort of track-focused exterior feel?
Definitely. Inside, it's very stripped down. It's a performance-first environment, all about function, really, minimizing distractions for the driver. You'll be sitting in these carbon shell bucket seats. They really hold you firmly in place.
Right.
And you've got a digital racing-style cockpit, putting all the vital info right there ahead of you. And the steering wheel is very minimalist, clearly F1 inspired. Every element, every material you touch, it's been chosen for lightweighting. It just reinforces that singular track-focused nature. There's really no excess fat here.
This really sounds like an absolute dream machine. But, even with a hypercar like this, one that's pushing the absolute boundaries of engineering, there are always trade-offs, aren't there?
Yeah.
So what are the big advantages and maybe some of the inherent drawbacks we should be thinking about with the Valhalla?
That's a crucial question, yeah. Let's start with the pros, because there are quite a few.
Yeah.
First off, that blistering performance is undoubtedly top of the list. It's genuinely one of the fastest hybrid supercars ever conceived.
Okay.
Beyond just real speed, the advanced hybrid tech is clever. It allows for intelligent power distribution and something called torque vectoring, which basically means it can send power precisely to individual wheels. That enhances cornering grip, stability, makes it incredibly precise, maybe even more accessible than you'd think for non-pro drivers. It's also truly track-ready, designed in collaboration with Aston Martin racing their F1 team, so it performs on a circuit just as incredibly as it looks. And, okay, while it is a hypercar, its plug-in hybrid nature does offer relatively lower emissions compared to pure combustion engines. Plus, that little bit of urban flexibility with the electric-only mode.
Right, the 15-kilometer range.
Exactly. Enough for a quiet start or navigating a low-emission zone, perhaps. And, of course, the stunning design. Especially in that vibrant red, it's being called a collector's dream. And finally, exclusivity. Only 999 units are being produced worldwide. That guarantees it's going to be a very rare sight.
Those are definitely strong points. But, considering the price and who buys these,
Yeah.
are they really unique selling points or just sort of expected at this level? And what about the flip side? For all its amazing tech and looks, no hypercar is perfect. What are the challenges or drawbacks with the Valhalla?
You're right to ask that, and this brings up important questions about, well, practicality and accessibility, even if those aren't the main concerns for buyers. First off, the price. It's incredibly expensive. The starting price is estimated somewhere between, say, $800,000 and a cool $1 million USD.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
Definitely. Then there's that short electric range we mentioned, about 15 kilometers. Useful for certain situations, but it really limits its broader eco-friendly flexibility, doesn't it? It kind of highlights Aston's focus. Enough EV for specific urban needs, but the priority is clearly track performance, not long EV commutes. Maybe that tells you something about their view on current battery tech for this kind of car.
Fair point.
It's also just not practical for daily driving. I mean, think about it. Extremely low ground clearance. You'll be scraping on speed bumps. It's very loud. The suspension is very firm. It makes it challenging for everyday use, to put it mildly.
Right. Forget the grocery run.
Pretty much. And maintenance is another big factor. That sophisticated hybrid system, all those high-performance parts, it means very high service costs. No surprises there, but still a factor. And finally, this is not a car you just hop into and drive easily. This is a beast. It demands respect and, frankly, a high level of driving skill. It is absolutely not beginner-friendly. It needs a driver who truly understands how to handle immense power and responsiveness.
Okay, so considering all of that, the incredible performance, the looks, the F1 tech, but also the price and the impracticalities, how is the Valhalla actually being perceived around the world? What's the buzz, especially when you look at those global price points? Roughly $850K to $1 million in the US, maybe up to $1 million to $50,000 in Europe, and over $120 million in Japan and Asia. That's serious territory.
Yeah, the worldwide reactions are incredibly passionate, as you'd expect. Intense, really. Car reviewers, the big names, they're already hailing it as potentially Aston's greatest creation yet, which is huge praise given their history.
That is big praise.
Absolutely. And as you can imagine, collectors are just fiercely competing to get onto those pre-order lists for the 999 units. That exclusivity factor is massive. Meanwhile, you see chatter online. Ferrari fans are definitely feeling the pressure. There are intense comparisons being drawn to their own hybrid giants like the SF90, even the legendary LaFerrari. People are asking, has Aston finally delivered a true rival?
Interesting rivalry dynamic here.
Oh, yeah. And enthusiasts on places like Reddit, YouTube, they are going absolutely wild over that red color combination and all the F1 features. They're fascinated by how much real racing tech has trickled down into a road car.
And then there's the broader conversation.
Yeah.
EV critics versus proponents. They're debating whether this truly represents the future of performance or if it's more of a transitional beast, a brilliant, maybe ultimate expression of hybrid tech before everything goes fully electric.
A transitional beast. I like that framing. So if we connect this to the bigger picture then, what does a car like the Valhalla really mean for Aston Martin as a brand? And maybe for the wider hypercar market itself? Well, for Aston Martin, this car is a huge statement, a massive one. It signals their clear intent to compete right at the very top tier of the hypercar world. They're pushing boundaries with hybrid technology, with that deep F1 integration. It shows they're not just resting on their, beautiful GT car heritage. They are actively innovating, embracing cutting-edge tech.
So it's signal of ambition.
Exactly. And for the market, it kind of validates this whole hybrid hypercar concept, doesn't it? It proves there's still a massive appetite out there for extreme performance combined with advanced tech, even with that limited electric capability. And even as the whole industry is clearly pivoting towards a fully electric future, it shows the incredible ingenuity still going into these very specialized low-volume machines.
Right. So summing up then, what does this all mean? The 2025 Aston Martin Valhalla is, well, undeniably a bold statement from Aston Martin. It's clearly a technological marvel, and it's destined to be a highly exclusive collector's item. It's this unique blend of AMG power, that deep F1-derived technology, and just absolutely stunning design, especially, as we keep saying, in that signature, really eye-catching red.
Yeah, it truly is a remarkable machine. And that leads us nicely into a final, maybe provocative thought for you, the listener, to consider. Given its blend of, let's be honest, limited electric range, its extreme performance focus, and that incredibly high cost, does the Valhalla represent the absolute pinnacle of hybrid hypercars right now, at this specific crossroads of propulsion technologies? Is it sort of the ultimate engineering solution for this moment in time, or is it perhaps more accurately seen as a crucial signpost, a glimpse towards a truly all-electric future for ultra-high performance vehicles? Does it show us what's possible just before the internal combustion engine, finally fades from this segment? And maybe more broadly, what does its very existence and the excitement around it tell us about the ongoing, clearly fervent demand for these extreme, specialized, almost irrational machines in a world that's becoming increasingly electrified and arguably more sensible? Something to think about.